Today we shall be implementing a random password generator in Python. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ronnie Atuhaire, aka AfroBoyTex. Thank you so much for coming and passing by. So let's get started. So as usual, I like to start with pseudocode to know what exactly I'm doing. So we shall import the modules. Then we shall have input from the user. Then we shall have temp variables. Then we shall have a couple of we should just have, I think, one if statement, and that's it. So as you might have guessed right, we shall be using random. Then we shall also use string. All these are built-in modules. You don't have to pip install anything. They're all built-in modules in Python. If you downloaded Python, they are already there. So the next thing, we shall have input from the user. So we shall say input. I want the user's nickname. Maybe I can say, what's your nickname? What's your nickname? So I'll want space maybe after that, a new line. Then after that, I can maybe print out the user's nickname. I can say now hi. We can actually make this an F string. You can say hi username, welcome to my password generator. So after that, maybe we can have some line. We can print just this to make a console look good. This is a command line app. Then maybe at the extreme, we can add a new line. So we shall have we shall ask the user how long does he want the password. So we can call this password length. So it will also be an input. So you can just say how long should it be. So a new line. So there you can actually also ask them if they want to include punctuation marks. This depends on the person. So some users don't like punctuation marks, like exclamation marks, commas, what in their passwords, but some do like them. So we shall maybe have another input function asking the user if they really need them. So we shall say include, we shall call it include puncts. This is not allowed in Python. It's like this, include puncts. So we shall have input from the user. We shall ask them include punctuation marks. Include punctuations. I shall say include punctuations. So the answer is either yes or no. Yes or no. So another new line. Yeah, that's it. So from there, this is input from the user. You can put this here, space your program so that your code looks nice. I'm using descriptive names here. As you can see, this is self-explanatory. We're getting the password length here, including the punctuation marks. So temporary variables, this will be storing a temporary password maybe. So you can say, ask yourself first, what's a random generated password? Usually it has numbers, it has letters. So that's why we are asking the user if they still want to include punctuations. But we can have variables for this. That's why we had to use string module. So we shall have a variable, maybe we can call it nums, then we call string, then under string have something called digits, then we can have another one called letters, then we shall call string, then under string have ASCII or ASCII, but mostly pronounced as ASCII. These are letters. So what exactly are letters? Letters will be printed from A up to Z, or up to Z. Then that will be, letters will be both small letters and then capital letters. So these are 52 letters here, small and both big. Then here it is from 0 up to 9, basically. That's it. You can go ahead and print out just to be sure, but I'm very sure this is it because I've revised this string module. So after that, maybe now we can we can actually here create a password which is temporary. You can call it pass temp. Then it can have these nums, then we add on letters. So the if statement is going to, remember, I'll include punctuations. It's going to just make this condition work now. If someone wants punctuation marks, so that means you're going to give them a different password that has punctuations. So here we say if include punct. Now we need a lower variable here, a lower function, such that whatever the input is here, we shall just make it lower, equals to yes. So in other words, if it is yes, so our pass temp is going to include punctuation marks, but you don't have a variable for punctuation marks. As you can see here, we don't have punctuations. So to have punctuations in our password, maybe we can come up here, we call them, we can call it punct, then we say string dot ASCII. Actually it's not ASCII, it's string with punctuations. So here we shall say pass, then we shall now add punct. So now our password, our real password is going to be our pass temp, but remember the user, if the user has the length specified, that's what we shall need also to capture this, the length somewhere. So we shall come here and we say we shall use our join, maybe our join method. So under join, inside join we shall put in our random module, then we shall use sample under random to pass in our password, but with this length. That's what we need. That's it. So after that, I think we are good. We can say print password. Then the else statement is just going to be since if the user doesn't want, so maybe we can just copy this. And we bring it here. So what basically this one will be reading the new past temp, which is this, added on onto this punct. Yes, here we have a new password, but this password picks the variable from this one, from this past temp. We shall run the program to see if what you're doing is right. Then now we shall print our password. We can maybe say, you can put an F string here. You say your password, and say your password is password. That's it basically. Maybe we can copy this, Control C, Control V, then we save our program. But first we need to make sure that our program doesn't crash. As you can see here, the length, if you want the length here, that means it has to be an integer. So we shall wrap this under int to avoid that error. So because by default input gives us a string, so I think we are good to go. So that's the end. So we save our program. Let's try running it in the command line. cd into a desktop. It's under OneDrive, desktop. Program is password. You run it. What's your nickname? I'll say Peter Parker. Peter Parker. Hi Peter Parker, welcome to my password generator. How long should it be? I want it maybe 20 characters. Then include punctuations, yes or no. For example, here if I type in yes, it brings an error. It says string has no attribute punctuation. So we have an error. So let's first go back here and we see yes, doesn't have that one, doesn't have an attribute, so it's punctuation. So let's save again. Let's go back to our program and we run it again. So your name, shall say Peter Parker. How long should it be? 20. Include punctuations, yes or no. I will say yes. Your password is, as you can see, this should be 20 characters. So it includes now the punctuations. So our password generator is working. Maybe let's try it again now with a no. Let's run it again with a no. Your name is maybe this time around I'm James Bond. Then how long should it be? Maybe I want it just 5 characters. Here I will say no. The password is, as you can see, these are randomly generated. They're just 5 characters. Yeah, that's it. Our program is running. Thank you so much for coming here. If you have any comments, please let me know. Thank you. Have a blessed day.